Okay, here we go, apple cobbler. So I peeled, cored, and cut a whole bunch of apples. Me and my grandfather picked these apples off of our place, and some of them were kind of wormy, some of them had a few bug bites, some of them had a couple of rotten spots. But that didn't deter me. I just kept peeling and cutting until I got what was good out of them. I had 3 bags of apples. I got probably 2 gallons of good apple pieces, and these are the last of those apples. I finally made it through all those apples. He had some better apples up on the hill. They were big and nice, but these are the ones I took home with me. They were a lot of work, but I needed a lot of work. Keeps me busy. Idle hands are the devil's workshop, they say. So I took my pan and put some butter in it. And those sliced apples, put those in the pan. Then I added some brown sugar here in a little bit. There it is. And then I'm going to tell you what's coming up. A little bit of ginger and some maple syrup and some cinnamon and some nutmeg and a little dash of salt. There's a maple syrup. No, I didn't measure anything. I just kind of sprinkled it in. Your ancestors will tell you how much should go in there. If not them, then perhaps what you can stand. Or what you like to taste. But let those apples cook down a little bit. Might even want to give them a little stir. Help the process along. There's the cinnamon and the nutmeg. Or maybe the nutmeg. I don't know. Or probably the cinnamon. I think I probably added the cinnamon last. Oh, and I put some vanilla in. I almost forgot about that. Just let that cook down. Give it a little stir here and there. Good times. And it's a good idea to put your utensil right on the side of the pot so it gets nice and hot when you pick it up. Everybody likes to be scalded a little bit every now and then. Okay, maybe don't do that. Actually, that doesn't get that hot there, but sometimes on the right stove and the right eye, I guess, it can and will get hot. But keep cooking those apples down. Just let them cook down. Cook them apples. Of course, you don't want them to be apple sauce. There's a happy medium here. And you gotta find it. So cook them down, but don't cook them too much. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of cornstarch to thicken that up. About a tablespoon of cornstarch dissolved in some cold water. And then let that thicken up and turn the heat off. And then let's make the cobbler. So put you some butter in your ramekins. I put about a tablespoon of butter in each of those ramekins. And then heat that up in your oven. I use 375 degrees. But while it's heating, put that butter in there. I ran out of space on my phone when I was making the batter, but I used 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of flour, and 1/2 cup of buttermilk, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a dash of salt. And that's what the batter is. Take your now hot ramekins with the melted butter out of the oven and pour your batter into the ramekins. Do your best to get the same amount of batter into each of your ramekins, or else somebody's going to be a little jealous that their cobbler's just a little bit bigger. But it's okay. Just put more ice cream in one than the other. And that'll even it out. Maybe. But add a little bit of your apple filling that you had just made. Put all that work into. Throw it in your batter. And put it in the oven for around 20 minutes or so. About 15 to 20 minutes. Watch it. Make sure it don't get too black. And then you take it out and let it cool a little bit. Put some ice cream on it. And eat it. Always make 2 in case you have somebody you want to feed it to. Friend, or maybe your dad who's sitting on the couch watching Deal or No Deal.